That nigga stole on you that fucking stop.
I need a mix.
Yo, what's up? Niggas, you team like the ref bitch.
I think I can see you.
Hey.
Let's bang a headshot.
Hand down, hand down.
Bang a headshot.
Hand down, hand down. Right?
The best. I promise you, none of these niggas gonna beat me. None of them. I'm gonna make an example out of Tio. That's the only thing I love. I promise they got me.
This is honestly the most flawless from 123 all the way down to 114. Since then, he's had his shares of victories.
Shakur Stevenson has clearly transformed his body. He's added serious size as he prepares to face Teofimo Lopez at a 140-pound catch weight on January 31st. This isn't just a small jump in weight, it's a statement. Shakur is stepping into new territory, and everyone is watching to see how it changes him.
Work hard, sacrifices, discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Keep saying I'm the best. Because I don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this so bad. So bad. Yeah, easy, gang.
Easy, man.
Easy.
Always easy, man.
You already know.
Always easy, man.
This supposed to be a sprint.
Let's go.
This ain't no sprint.
No, it's a job. Let's go. We ready.
Inside training camp, Shakur looks locked in. Every session is intense. He's pushing his limits, sharpening his skills, and building strength with one goal in mind: to dominate on fight night. There's no coasting, no comfort. Just work.
Both legs, bang hit with 3, we rested, we did 3 more. And we're trying to get that 1.0 meters per second, maximize our power. Had you at about 120, 125, but we're gonna add some reps and lighten the weight a little bit.
One major advantage in Shakur's camp is Terrence Crawford. Bud has been training closely with him, mentoring, sparring, and sharing high-level techniques. These are not easy rounds. Crawford pushes Shakur mentally and physically, forcing him to grow, adapt, and learn lessons that only elite fighters can teach.
I almost missed that one. There we go. 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 God damn. There we go, bro. He trying to run me into the wall. Y'all didn't see that? He's trying to... Man, I performed. You know that. I told y'all what I was going to do. I was going to come out here and beat his ass every game. And look, he thinking about saying, let's play again.
Shakur's main focus has been speed and precision. He's refining his footwork, tightening his punches, and sharpening his reactions to stay one step ahead. Teofimo Lopez has openly admitted Shakur is special at 135 pounds, but he questions how that skill will translate at 140. According to Teofimo, the fight itself will answer that question.
Actually, the most flawless from 123 all the way down to 114. Since then, he's had his shares of victories. I think 135 was his top tier. 140, I think we just gotta wait and see. You know what I mean? And for him to even come up to do that, you know, I think he deserves his flowers for everyone else out there. You know, guys trying to go more down into the ranks of top 5, top 3, and eventually top 1 for pound.
But that ain't what you said, bro.
What'd I say?
I mean, I gotta remind you, you said basically I'm good at the lower weight classes. The only way that I'm going to be good is I fight at 126 pounds against guys like Inoue. But once I move up, you're going to, well, I can't compete at this level
Antonio Tarver brings a veteran's warning into the conversation. He believes Teofimo Lopez should never be judged by just his last few fights. Tarver reminds fans that Lopez still has natural gifts you can't teach: speed, strength, and explosive power. Fighters like Teofimo only need one opening to change everything. Against a technician like Shakur, even one mistake could be costly.
Possess?
Yeah, I mean, smart money would be on the boxer, Shakur Stevenson, winning the decision. But, if Lopez can make this fight, a lot tougher than expected, and he's going to have to exchange with Shakur. He's a fast fighter. We don't know who's the quickest or fastest here. You have to give the speed edge to Shakur. But if Lopez can punch with this fast guy, make him a little bit cautious and a little bit leery of what's coming back, that serves him well. But Teofimo is one of the best conditioned fighters out there. If this fight goes late, you can expect him to be pushing forward round 9, 10, and 11 if it goes late.
Yeah, a big question is always like what Teo is going to show up. And like when everyone's counted out Teo, it's actually been the times where he's like upset people, like against Lomachenko, against Josh Taylor, fights to the level of his competition. And I've been thinking like, hey, if we get the best version of Teo, like the Teo that showed up for those fights, does that Teo beat the best Shakur?
It would have, I think that's the only chance he got, is to really be his ultra self, doing all the things that makes him Teofimo Lopez. The footwork could be a major advantage for him. Being able to get inside. A lot of times he fights free. He don't really have a style. He does what it takes. And he's a gutsy fighter. Real gutsy. He's not going to be leery to take chances. He's a gambler in there. You know what I'm saying? So he's a live underdog, I would say. A live underdog, but if he's to win this fight, I think he has to probably...
Zab Judah sees this fight differently. To him, this isn't about hype or trash talk. It's a collision of elite talent. Two fighters equally confident, equally disciplined, and unwilling to give ground. Judah believes this fight will be decided by who can impose their skills under pressure, not by size or raw power alone.
It's two dog fighters. You got two dog fighters that's coming in there to solidify themselves as the game changer. Teo's not going to lay down. Shakur is not going to lay down. It's going to be skill versus skill. Teo's a very talented, skillful fighter. Shakur is a very extremely talented, skillful fighter. And yes, we're going to see a hell of a great chess match that night.
Yeah, I believe so. Now, I think in your earlier predictions, you felt like Shakur will be stopping Teo? Am I right?
Annihilation, decapitation. Is what you're talking about? You going back to my comments? Yeah. I feel like Teo's a very dominant force, but I just think that the skills of Shakur Stevens is gonna overwhelm Teo. It's gonna overwhelm him. Yeah. He's never seen this type of action before yet. No disrespect. Okay. My little man, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, it is what it is.
Looking at, the stats, the resumes, we see that, Teo has been at this high level for a long time. When it comes to Shakur Stevenson, his amateur record speaks for itself, but at the same time, not necessarily getting the notable names that people know in America. Now people are also saying that they're kind of discrediting Shakur's resume, saying he hasn't really fought anybody. Teofimo Lopez would be that first person. Do you feel like that could be something that, I don't know, it could be a lot closer than what people think?
I mean, listen, the fight's going to be a lot closer than people think. We just blabbing our mouth and running off what we think our professional opinion is. These are two talented, great young fighters in here. You know what I'm saying? Teo's not going to back down. Shakur's not going to back down. We're going to get an exciting 12-round fights or however long it should last. We're going to have an exciting fight. And I'm expecting both guys to come in there and leave everything.
It's the feet. The feet is what gets you in position to be able to land those shots. A footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Teo's footwork, And what I noticed about Teo's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw with the amount of power that he has, I've noticed with Teo, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Teo's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense. Fast, twitchy type muscles, fibers, he's extremely fast. Some may say that, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones-esque type of, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition. However, he's in there with a guy that is a master at controlling distance. That's he's a master at literally, getting in his position, right? In the position where he wants to be and taking away your positioning. And with doing so, he takes away your feet, and that's why I think feet are going to be extremely important in this. If you can keep your opponent off balance, for instance, let me just give you an example. It's like Teo explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, he's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step